See, one more possibility for test batch runner, AOM scripting. AOM. AOM stands for Automation Object Model. Automation Object Model. See, already we discussed one possibility for for batch testing using test batch runner. This AOM is another possibility. Automation object model. This is private object model in QTP. Already we discussed some object models. File system object model, Excel object model, etc. Those are global models. Global models, but this AOM is local model, only created exclusively for QTP. Exclusively for QTP. But file system object model and Excel object model and database object models are global models. Why global models? See, file system object model, Excel object model, Word object model, database object models not only for QTP test automation, for all types of scripting. Example, client side scripting in the web, server side scripting in the web, next system administration, network administration and QTP test automation. But this AOM only for test automation, not for other types of scripting. Got this point, Sandeep? Why AOM is local object model?
Because it's exclusively for the QTP, sir.
Why file system object model and Excel object models are global models?
So those are available outside the QTP. So
not only available outside of the QTP.
Like we can access
they are for
without the
all types of
QTP also.
scripting. See, correct answer is they are for all types of scripting. Already we discussed VB script not only for QTP test automation. Actually, it is secondary purpose. Primary purpose is web scripting, network administration, system administration. See, those models for all types of scripting, but this AOM is only for test automation. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
See, create, here we create QTP application object. See, earlier we created Excel application object. This time QTP application object. QTP application object. Same syntax. Already we discussed. Syntax is same for creating any object, but class value only vary from one object model to another. Rest of the syntax same. See, set variable equal to create object of class value quick test dot application. Quick test dot application. Say, Meenakshi, try to identify the keywords. What is this set? I am not asking functionality. Try to identify the keyword. What is this set? Is it method or property or statement or function or object?
Sir, it is.
See, functionality next. First, try to identify the keyword. Type of keyword.
Sir, what were the options?
Options. Is it method or property or statement or function or object? 2-3 times I explained this concept. Okay, continue. Narottam Reddy, continue. What is this set?
It's a statement, sir.
Yes, it is statement. Next,
Next, function.
1 minute. Create object. What is this create object?
Function, sir.
Yes, built-in function of VB script. Continue, Narottam. What is this quick
Class
test?
value. Class value, sir.
Good. Class value. Class value. See. And one more thing. File system object. You know the purpose of that object. It is used to work with drives, folders and files. File system object is used to perform automatic file system operations like working with drives, folders and files. Excel application object used to perform operations on Excel application, nothing but Excel files. Next, database connection object used to connect to databases. Database record set object used to perform operations on database tables, nothing but records. Next, word application object used to perform operations on word documents. Next, what is the purpose of QTP application object? What is the purpose of QTP application object? Can you guess the functionality, Bharati? Bharati.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
It is used to perform operations on QTP application.
Okay, cool. See, it is used to automate. It is used to automate. It is used to automate QTP tool operations. Don't confuse. Up to now, we automated our software application operations using QTP tool. Up to now, we automated our application operations, our software application operations using QTP tool. This AOM allows us to automate QTP tool operations. We can instruct QTP tool using this AOM script. QTP, you launch, open so and so test, run the test, close the test, open another test, and at the end you quit. Like instructions we can provide. Okay. See, this AOM script not only for batch testing. Today we will discuss in batch testing orientation, but in framework chapter we use AOM script as initialization script. Remember, test batch runner has only one purpose, exclusively for batch testing. That is tool feature. But AOM not only for batch testing, another usages are there. Today we will discuss batch testing. Okay, this AOM is script feature. And one more thing, this file extension is VBS. Don't run this AOM script in QTP tool test pane, QTP tool editor. Sometimes it blocks QTP tool menus. Execute this file externally. This is VBS file, external file. Don't execute this script from QTP tool editor test pane. Okay. Next, and put mute. Somebody make nice. And one more thing, not only VB script, you can use VC++ also. See, you can use VB script or VC++ to create AOM scripts. To create AOM scripts. Say now how to, I will show an example how to create how to conduct batch testing using AOM. Already we have tests on desktop. Already we created. 1 minute. See, we have 3 tests. Conduct batch testing using AOM. See, for preparing AOM script, you can use QTP tool editor, but for execution, external file, VBS file. Why we need to use QTP test pane for creating AOM script? Okay, you can type AOM script in Notepad and later save it as VBS file, no problem. But if we use QTP tool test pane, you can get context help. If it is Notepad, no context help. If any syntax error is there, after execution only you can locate. If it is QTP tool editor, it will provide context help. Got the point, Narottam?
Yes, sir.
While,
we can get the context help.
While creating the AOM script, use QTP tool editor, but for execution, use external file, VBS file. Don't run in QTP tool. Otherwise, you can type the script. If you know the exact syntax, you can type the AOM code in Notepad file and save as VBS. 1 minute. Here our test requirement is batch testing using AOM script. Dem obj QTP. Just I declared the variable. Not only obj QTP, you can use ABCD also, but take meaningful variable. This is coding standard. OBJ stands for object coding standard. Otherwise, you can use XYZ also. Set variable equal to create object of scripting, class value quick test dot application. What is the functionality, Sandeep? See, create QTP application object. Tell me, Sandeep, what is the purpose of this object? It is used to
sir, it used to automate the QTP tool operation.
Yes, use it to automate QTP tool operation. Otherwise, you can say QTP application operations. QTP also software. You can say QTP application. Otherwise, QTP tool operations. Next, object. Now it is object. Before the statement, obj QTP just variable. After creating the object, it is object. After storing the object reference. See, this concept is called storing object reference. Otherwise, you can say creating object. See, object dot Methods and properties coming from that class. Dot, 1 minute. Object dot visible equal to true. Visible equal to true. You know what is the functionality of the statement. Already similar statement we used in Excel object model. And one more thing, it is purely optional, not mandatory. Can you guess the functionality of the statement? Meenakshi, what is the functionality of the statement?
Sir, that the object is visible.
Object is visible.
No.
Object, see, remember, object is a logical existence, not physical existence.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose tool is physical existence, application is physical, but object is not physical existence, logical existence. Okay, okay. Can you tell me, Anu, what is the functionality of the selected statement, last statement?
During that execution, QTP tool will be visible.
Good. See, if we use this visible mode, visible equal to true, tool, QTP tool visible while execution. Otherwise, no problem. Tool not visible. Tool is in hidden mode. Application visible. Execution process visible. But tool not visible. See. To view the tool during execution. To view the QTP tool while execution. See, already I told it is not mandatory statement. If you don't use this statement, it will perform operations and you can get final output, but tool only not visible. Next, object dot launch. You can easily guess the functionality of this last statement. Tell me, Sandeep, guess the functionality. What is the functionality of object dot launch statement?
So it will launch the QTP tool.
Good. Launch the QTP tool. Next, object dot open. To open the test. Here provide the test path. See, login. Login. See, we are just writing the file name, no extension. Extension is there, but no need to write extension for QTP test script. What is the extension of QTP test? Tell me, Bharati, what is the extension of QTP test? Bharati, what is the file extension of QTP test?
Is it .tsr?
TSR, that is shared repository extension. Extension is there, but no need to use extension. Can you tell me, Meenakshi, extension for QTP test script or test?
Sir, MTR,
MTR.
is it?
MTR is
Right.
local repository extension.
Okay.
Anu, extension for QTP test.
No idea, sir.
Okay.
Forgot actually.
MTS. Earlier it was Mercury test script. Now they are calling module test script. Extension is there, but no need to use extension. Suppose shared object repository file extension TSR. You need to mention that extension, otherwise it won't load. Suppose environment variables file extension XML, you must use that extension, otherwise it won't load. Next, library file extension is VBS, you need to mention that extension, but for QTP test you no need to mention extension. Reason, can you tell me the reason? Narottam, can you tell me the reason why we no need to provide file extension for QTP test? Okay.
Because this file is stored in QTP tool
Now
inside path.
1 minute. Now I stored on desktop. Not inside of the QTP tool. Already I told QTP is one tier application. It doesn't have any database. It stores its resource on physical hard disk in file format. It doesn't have any database. No internal storage. Only on physical hard disk. Okay. See, QTP tool point of view, test is file. See, try to open. See, file. Fax order one file, login one file, open order one file. Single entities. QTP tool point of view, test is file. But computer file system point of view, test is folder. See, subfolders and files available. That's why, see, generally for folders no extension required, no extension for folders. That's why you no need to mention file extension. Got the point, Sandeep? Tell me why we no need to provide extension for QTP test.
Because, sir, a QTP point of view, test is a file, but as a computer point of view, test is a folder.
Good. See, we no need to provide extension. Reason is, tool point of view, test is file, but computer file system point of view, test is folder. Okay. Next, object dot test property dot run method. You can easily guess the functionality to run the test. After open, run the test. Next, object dot test property dot close. Close the test after execution. To close the test. Next, another test, open order. Next, last test, fax order. Next, object, Narottam, object dot quit. You can easily guess this function. You can easily guess the functionality for this last statement.
Yeah, it quits the applications.
What application?
It quits the execution.
Quit the execution. Quit the application. Less clarity. It exits QTP tool to close QTP tool.
Thank you.
See, to exit QTP tool. Put mute. Next, formality. Set object equal to nothing. Tell me, Meenakshi, What is the functionality of this last statement? Set object equal to nothing.
Forgot, sir.
Forgot. Okay, cool. Can you tell me, Anu, functionality of last statement?
Releasing the memory.
Releasing the memory. Releasing the memory. Don't forget common general things. See, this we used in all object models. So don't forget. This is common usage. Okay, and don't run this script in QTP tool window. Sometimes it blocks QTP tool menus. Cut this code. Next, create notepad file. This is editor. Next, paste the code. Save as VBS file. Save. And one more thing, common mistakes. Don't associate this file to QTP. It is external. We execute this file directly. Don't associate with QTP tool. If it is function library, we need to associate and access functions. But this is external file. See, run this file. It launches QTP tool and provides instructions to QTP based on AOM instructions. QTP execute tests one by one. 1 minute. It is showing one line 9th. Edit. What is the problem?
Sir, is it that open order file is in open order folder rather than login folder?
Folder login only. Actually, folder not login.
It's
Just,
open order.
just tests only. Extra. File test path problem. Okay. Now okay. See, folder tests. See, tests, files means test scripts, login, open order, fax order. Save. One minute. Run the script. It is launching the QTP tool. And open tests one by one. See, it is faster in execution than test batch runner. You can observe the speed of AOM script, execution speed. It is faster in execution than test batch runner tool. Test batch runner tool tool feature. This is script feature. See, last test executing. Did you observe that execution speed? Sandeep, did you observe?
Yes, sir. It's faster in execution.
Okay, close. Over. See, same. How to view the test results? Launch test result viewer and view results one by one. See, start, programs, HP run results viewer, browse path of the test, select the result. See, earlier we executed this script 2 times. This is third time. That's why it is showing three results. This third result is the latest one. Open. See, result opened. Result opened. Next, another one. 1 minute. File. Open. Browse path of another test. Fax order. Next, select the result and open. Opened. Okay. Next, if you don't want to maintain previous results, you can delete them using test result deletion tool. See how to delete test results. Start, programs, quick test professional, tools, run results deletion tool. Next, browse path of the test. Suppose open order, 3 results are there. Select test results and delete. Confirm deletion. Results deleted. Close. Next, say here for every test we are using minimum 3 statements. Minimum 3 statements. Open the test, run the test and close the test. Suppose if it is 100 tests or 50 tests, total how many statements required? Minimum 150 statements. Minimum 150. This is hard coding. Observe. For every test we are using minimum 3 statements. Minimum 3 statements. Suppose if it is 50 tests, 150 minimum statements. See, instead of this, we can optimize the script. See, you can use this type of code also, and you can optimize the script. How? See, read, just optimization. Read test paths. Read test paths from a text file and conduct batch testing. Batch testing using AOM script. Using AOM. Did you understand the requirement, Meenakshi? Understand this usage?
Yes, sir.
Same requirement, just we are optimizing the code. Here, in order to handle that one, text files, file system object required, a text stream object also required. See, in this script, combination of file system object and QTP application object. Concentrate. Dim obj fso. Next, obj text stream. Next, obj QTP. See, if it is three tests, you won't find any difference. If it is 50 tests, 100 tests, by reading test path from text file is optimized way. You can reduce the code size. First, create file system object. You know how to create. Set variable equal to create object of scripting dot file system object. Scripting dot file system object. Next, create text stream object. You know how to create text stream object. Set variable equal to 1 minute. First create one text file. Test paths. Here store paths. Say in the script we used double quotes for test path. But if you read from external file, don't use double quotes. Why? What is the reason? Can you tell me, Bharati? See, in the script we use double quotes for test paths. Na, this time I am saying don't use double quotes. Why? What is the reason?
No idea.
No idea. Can you tell me, Anu?
Because in this text stream object, it is going to consider it as one of the value which it's going to read.
No. See, if you read, already we discussed, if you read any type of data, then VB script considers as string type data. String means double quotes. Suppose if once again if you enter double quotes, two double quotes, so syntax error. If you read, earlier we initialized that file path, we initialized that test path, so double quotes required. But here we are reading the data, reading time VB script considers data as string type only, so don't use double quotes. Got the point, Sandeep? Sandeep, understand the concept?
Yes, sir.
Why we don't use double quotes for test paths? Tell me.
Sir, actually, I was like away from like my system, so that's why I didn't listen to
Okay,
you.
you
I
tell
thought like you
me.
were just asking me.
Okay, you tell me, Narottam, why we don't use double quotes for test path in text file?
Because while initializing we gave already,
Ah,
but while reading QTP just reads, it doesn't need a.
just reads, it doesn't need. Any meaning is there? See once again, while reading, QTP considers any type data as string type data only. String means double quotes. Once again, if you enter double quotes, two double quotes, syntax error. So reading time, don't use double quotes. See, you know how to create text stream object? OBJ text stream. OBJ text set variable equal to OBJ FSO dot open text file of file path, file name test paths dot txt. See, reading na, no need to mention file mode, default file mode is read only. Next, create a QTP application object, set obj QTP equal to create object of class value quick test dot application, quick test single word dot application, quick test dot application. Next, dot launch, visible statement optional. Next, form the loop to read line by line from text file. Do until obj text stream dot at end of stream equal to true. True is default. Next, you take one variable test path equal to obj text stream dot obj text stream obj text stream dot read line. Next, every line one test path obj qtp dot open dot open. Tell me
Test path.
test
Test path, sir.
test path. Good. We are reading test path into this variable test path. Next, obj qtp dot test property dot run method. Next, object dot test dot close method. Next, complete the formalities. First, quit the tool, quit the QTP tool. Object dot quit. Next, release the memory before releasing internal closing of the file. Obj text stream dot close. Next, set obj text stream equal to nothing. Next, set obj fso equal to nothing. One minute. Set QTP object equal to nothing. Cut this code. See, if it is 3 or 4 tests, you can't find much difference. If it is a large size test batch, 50 tests, 40 tests, definitely you can find difference. We can reduce the code size using this optimized way. Run. See, you can close the QTP tool, otherwise you can leave it. Suppose if QTP tool already launched, then AOM script directly open test one by one and executes. If tool not launched, then it launches. First it checks the existence of QTP tool. If tool available, directly perform remaining operations. If tool not available, it launches and continues. See, now tool not available. Anyhow, it is internal launching only. Tool not visible this time. Tool not visible. Earlier visible. Why? What is the problem? What is the reason? Tell me, Narottam. It is executing tests one by one. You can observe the application, but tool not visible. Why?
Because we didn't open the QTP tool, na sir.
You didn't open. No, that is not the reason. Tell me, Bharati, what is the reason? Over execution over. What is the reason?
There is no visible property.
Yes, visible. We didn't use visible mode. See, if we use visible mode, definitely tool visible. See, observe. Object dot visible equal to true. See, by default false, true. Now run the script. See, it is launching the QTP tool. Next, opening tests one by one and executing. See, here also as like test batch runner, execution process same. What is the test batch execution process? During execution, QTP, during execution, AOM script provide instructions to QTP. Based on AOM instructions, QTP tool execute tests one by one. See, AOM also doesn't execute tests directly. AOM script launches QTP tool, provides instructions to QTP tool. Based on AOM script instructions, QTP tool executes tests one by one. Okay, this is about batch testing using AOM script. See, once again we will discuss AOM script in automation framework chapter. Next tomorrow we will continue same time.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.